What up, folks? How's it going? So I'm off work tomorrow and thought I would make a video. And I wanted to kind of tell you guys what my goal with this channel has always been, to have fun with the guitar. That's one thing. Like I love playing and, you know, I may not be virtuosic and all that kind of stuff, but I love to play. I like to share knowledge, what little knowledge I have on the guitar. I do video games, I did do some gun stuff here and there, but that don't do too well. So, with the guitar stuff, man, I've had the privilege of getting some really awesome guitars on this channel. Like, the JP15, the Majesty, two of them, and then all the Ibanez's that are on here. A Fender Acoustic, a Charvel DK24, a whole bunch, like Harley Benton. And really I think I've had every level of Ibanez guitar except for the J Custom. I haven't had one of those yet, but I've had like the standard series, I've had the premium, and I've got the Prestige. I've got 5 Prestige guitars. This white one in the floor here, that's in front of me, my 652, this in drop C, and then my 752. That's a 7 string in standard. And then what's the other one? Oh, the 550, the RG 550, which may not say Prestige, but it is. So I've only got four Prestige guitars, not 5. And then I have the Les Paul over here. And I'm really blown away by how many views those reviews have gotten, you know? Oh, I had the JS 140 as well, and the 240 was a premium. And then, the Majesties, they didn't get that many views. And like my Charvel that I had is something like 5,000 views. I really hope that with me doing these reviews, maybe I've helped some of you guys make a decision on what guitar may be right for you, you know? And maybe, I don't leave anything out as far as issues that I have personally had with these instruments. And I do that on purpose, you know, because I'm the kind of person, just as you guys have seen, if I have a problem with the guitar, it's gone. I don't keep it. And none of these companies are paying me to say anything good or great about their products, It's all coming from playing them every day. Now the Prestige guitars, not one issue. Honestly. Every one I've ever got has always been great. So I really hope that maybe I've helped you guys make a good decision when it comes to your guitar and what kind of guitar you would like to have and you could get. Or maybe I've saved you guys, you know, some money somehow or helped you to get a better guitar. If you see like the Ibanez 8 string I had, that thing was, man, it was totally ruined, you know. Well, not really ruined. It was still playable, but it wasn't an enjoyable experience to play. And everything that happened to it happened in shipping because I'd had one of those previously that I bought from Guitar Center of all places. For like what, 325 or something like that on a Black Friday deal. That was a really great entry level 8 string. You know, and I thought, well, I'm gonna get back into it again and try to learn a little bit on it this time. So I got that one from Sweetwater. And what happens with FedEx? You never know. But I really hope that I've helped you guys in some way. If any of you guys have went out and bought any of the guitars that I reviewed, and I was the one that influenced you to go purchase that instrument, I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm really happy that I could help you guys make an informed decision. Like, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge when it comes to guitar. Like the Ibanez stuff, I'm pretty good at. I'm pretty good at those. And I'm pretty good at gauging what some people would call quote unquote good when it comes to Ibanez. And there's a lot of dudes out here, man, that you buy Prestige or nothing, or you buy J Custom or nothing. And I understand that some people can't afford to go out and pay the money for some of these things, man. Like this one I got now, the 622 here is $24.99, and you could probably have a pretty safe bet of going out and getting one of the RGA, that's not prestige or premium really, and probably still get a pretty good guitar. I did see a couple of the AZ series down there at the Guitar Center when I went that were premiums, and I realized I've never had one of those on the channel before. And that might be one that I might pick up someday just to give my honest opinion on. And I've always tried to keep my reviews as honest as possible. I never rehearse any of it. All I'll do is, look up the specs if I'm unsure. And I will play them first for maybe a day or two before I make a review to see are they going to have issues? Do they have something wrong out of the box? Something seriously wrong, like the Majesties had. I still keep going back to that, dude, like $4,000. I cannot believe that I got so unlucky with that. I mean, I had a Sterling on here. The Sterling Majesty I had was leaps and bounds above the USA Music Man that I had experience with. It was a great guitar. And what did I sell that for? Oh, I sold that one in the Charvel to buy this Les Paul. Now, that's interesting too. That comment I got about Guitar Center having guitars and they're off somehow. So this Les Paul over here has developed an issue way before it should have. And that issue is at the heel of the neck, down at the 22nd, like 19 to 22nd fret, a hump has already formed there. And man, like, I haven't even had that guitar, 2 years? Let me look. Let me look on my videos. I got my YouTube open right here. So let me look on my videos and I'll tell you guys exactly how long I've had that guitar. Go way on down here and see if I can find it real quick. Bear with me, bear with me. Come on. So there's that, the Les Paul. That was 1 year. No, that's a JP15. That's not the Gibson. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's been about a year. If I can find the review, I'll tell you guys exactly how long it's been. Where is it? I got so many videos on here, dude. Okay, here we go. 1 year. I've had it 1 year. And that hump at the heel of the neck, I can't believe that's formed only after 1 year of owning it. Now, I had a Les Paul Studio in 2007 that was brand new. I got it from a pawn shop. The dude apparently pawned it because he needed the money, and he had just bought it. And I kept that guitar 5 straight years. Played it every single day. that hump at the bottom of the neck never formed, not once. So I really think a Guitar Center needs to take care of their stuff a lot better. Now I've only had one ESP on here, the EC1000. Great guitar, absolutely awesome. I had a couple of Kirk Hammett's, and those were so-so. They really were. Especially the KH202. I've had two of those. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Now the 602, the Korean version. Great. Great guitar. It might have had a minor fret issue. I think the White Zombie had like one string on one fret. It had some buzz in it. But I never worried about it because you couldn't hear it with distortion on your amp. So anyway, like I said, I really hope that maybe I've influenced or helped someone to buy themselves the guitar they've always wanted because of the review I did, or saved you some money, on like, I might want to go buy a $4,000 Majesty. Then you watch my two videos on them and it's like, man, maybe I'll rethink that, you know? Because really, I've never seen a video on YouTube of people reviewing them and saying they're really good or really bad. They're not like a great guitar. I've always heard people saying that how great they are. And I assume that these people are probably, will send you a guitar, review it for us, and say something good about it. But I don't know. Can't ever be sure. The little Fender acoustic that's on my channel was like $200. Great little guitar. It really was. I just never played it a lot, so I sold it. The Squier Affinity Telly I had on here, decent guitar. It was decent. Was it great? Not really. The what was that one? That other telly? The Mexican made telly? Mexico? The Saturday Night Special, that's what it was. Limited edition for Guitar Center. Really good guitar. Really good. That went along to help get the Majesty. And then the JS240 that was on here that I had to get two of those. The first one had some killer fret issues, and the second one had one fret issue. And then the Sustainiac went crazy and didn't want to work right, and I never could get that completely sorted out. And I left all that stuff in these videos. And like I said, I do that on purpose. I want people to know what my experience is, and I do not fake anything. I'm not going to get a guitar no matter what price it is. If I buy it and I have problems with it, and then I make a video on it, those problems will be known. Because like I said before, people buy the Majesty or some other Music Man guitar, and for some people that's their whole life savings, man. Or they saved up years to get these guitars, and if you have a problem, man, it's almost like you wasted your money. That's the way I felt. And so when those two gave me problems, I knew immediately I have to make a video on it and let it be known. But like I said, I don't believe that's Music Man. I don't. Because like I said before in the last video, every Majesty that was in the room that I tried out, they all seem to have something going on with the tuning stability and chords and other notes not being in tune, even though the guitar was perfectly in tune. And I told my buddy Matt today, I cannot believe that Music Man would allow seven of those guitars to come out of that factory in the condition that those at Guitar Center were in. There's no way. Their QC is way too good. And then QC, like Prestige, Ibanez Prestige, the people at the Fujijin factory, they take a lot of pride in what they do. They want you to have a great experience when you pick up one of their guitars. The Indonesian stuff is hit or miss. It is. They don't care as much. They're slapping those things together, getting them out as fast as they can. The Chinese stuff from a lot of brands I tend to avoid because of a specific Jackson that I owned at one time that was made in China that I paid like $189 for. And that's something I learned too, man. Big money doesn't always mean great instrument. The Majesties were proof of that for sure. Because I've had Ibanez's that range from $100 all the way to this 2400 that's laying in my floor in the case. They were all good, every one of them. I did have one Chinese 7 string that was what was it, GRG, one of those that had a high fret at the first fret, and so it had this really killer buzz up there. It was either a high fret at the first fret or the nut slots were not cut correctly. I did not have a fret rocker at the time to find out how that works. You know which fret it is, or if it's a fret. But now I have a lot more tools to check that stuff with. I have a notch straight edge now that I can lay on the neck, even with strings on it, and you can look and see how much relief you have in your neck and stuff like that. And then the 140 was the JS 140 was the first review I ever did, and it's got over 2,000 views on it. And I didn't think anybody would watch it, honestly. I really didn't. Well, there's so many people out here that review instruments, and my channel is still just in the starting stages, People aren't going to watch my videos, and I was pleasantly surprised that a lot of people have been watching these guitar reviews. It's really cool to me. And I really want to thank everybody for watching them so much, and maybe you, like I said, maybe you got an informed decision on purchasing a certain guitar or not purchasing a certain guitar. Now, the Charvel, let's talk about that one. That guitar, I should have kept. It was a fantastic instrument. It really was. The DK24 was an amazing guitar. Roasted maple neck, roasted maple fingerboard. Seymour Duncan full shred in the bridge, and I think it was a Alnico 2 in the neck, with a Godot 510 bridge and Charvel locking tuners. Stayed in tune better than the Majesty. Stayed in tune better than my JP15 did. And I think it's simply the quality of Godot. Because the Ibanez, the Prestige, the original Edge and the Low Pro Edge are made for Ibanez by Godot. All the tuners that come on the Prestige stuff is all Godot. And then they have the fixed bridges have the Gibraltar 2 and the Black Tusk XL nut that is self-lubricating apparently. So it helps with string binding. So that doesn't happen so much. And my Prestige that's in drop C, I've had it since 2021. It's been a fantastic instrument. I don't have any negative things to say about that guitar. All I've had to do in the whole time of owning it is some minor intonation adjustments and one slight neck adjustment. Because I hadn't played it in quite a long time, and I got it out one day, and the frets from 1 to 5 were completely dead, even on the open strings. And I was like, uh-oh, and I looked down my neck, I had back bow. It was back bowing this way. Loosened the truss rod maybe an eighth of a turn. It pulled all that out. It's playing just as good as the day I got it. And I guess maybe the Music Man didn't work out because Ibanez has always been my brand, and that's what it brought me back to, was Ibanez. But once again, guys, I want to thank everybody for watching these videos so much, and I really hope that I've helped you guys to make an informed decision on what guitar you should purchase or not purchase. And there's one other video that I want to talk about that is concerning firearms. I sold that 3030 I had. Stupid decision, I know. So the comments will be coming, I'm sure. But it at this moment, as I looked at it just a second ago here, it's got 31,000 views on it. And that completely blows my mind because I'm not the most educated person when it comes to lever action. I'm not schooled on Winchester, you know. I don't know what Pre 64 is. Usually, I had a comment from a guy that was explaining to me what it was. And I know, Marlin had always been my favorite brand for some reason. I don't know why. I've never really owned one. I did have one Marlin, and it wasn't the greatest. But I don't know. I'm not even that educated and like familiar with how they work. I don't know how to take one apart, to clean it or any of that stuff. I couldn't tell you the inner workings of a lever action rifle. So I was amazed and still amazed that it's got 31,000 views. Like, man, that's insane, dude. So anyway, guys, once again, thanks for watching all the videos, and I'm going to keep making them. I'll keep doing the backing track jamming and whatever new guitar comes in that I end up purchasing because, hey, that's cool. It'll be coming up with a review and a sound demo. Now, I did get a comment on the Ibanez video here of the 622. No sound clips. And the guy was disappointed. I understand that. But I tend to do my sound videos separately from the review so that I can fully focus on telling you guys about the guitar. And then I'll make a video specifically dedicated to the sound demo and how everything works. And even some of that stuff I'm not educated on, as far as all the coil splitting for the pickups on some of these, you know, or what some of these switches do on a lot of these guitars I get a hold of. But anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you keep watching. Keep it metal out there, and thanks so much.